Hey everybody, Comic Book Steve here again with another haul. This one is again some new releases from this week, and there were a couple of sales going on. So New England Comics was doing yet another 50. Actually, this one was a 55% off sale of back issues. I got some books off of eBay. Actually, one book, a couple of books I was hunting for at my local comic shop. Some random books, and then there was another sale that was going on today at Rubber Chicken Comics for 25% off. I think it was everything off in the store. I mostly stuck to back issues and some older wall books, but I'm pretty sure it was 20% off, 25% off everything. Um, yeah, so let's get started with the new releases. First off, we got here is Spider-Man 2099 number 12. Only reason I'm still picking up this book, or continuing to pick it up, or rather should I say, picking it up again, because I had stopped at issue, I think, 3 in this series. The only reason I'm picking this one up again is for Venom 2099, who's got like a crazy tongue going on there. I really hate when they exaggerate the tongue on the modern Venom, the regular Venom, and then the 2099 Venom. The art on the cover is not too bad, other than the long tongue. The inside, I'm not crazy about it at all. The artist in the interior, for what I can tell, I'd have to look over it again, but I'm pretty sure he just completely did not put the white spider on the character, and his eyes are like almost entirely red. And it really bothers me. And Venom 2099 is more of like a afterthought in this storyline. It's a Sinister Six storyline. It's got kind of a cool android version of Electro, a Sandman woman that her sand is like fear induced. So it's kind of weird and interesting. There's like a squid person, the Vulture, and then this goblin that's like a half hero, half villain, or whatever. Um, it's all right, but like I said, the depiction of the reason I was getting it for Venom 2099 hasn't been really like paying off for me. But I'll finish up the storyline and then probably stop getting the book again after that. So that's Spider-Man 2099. Then I also there's only 2 books I got this week, although one of them I got multiple times. So that was one, and then I got Amazing Spider-Man 15. This is the Death of X variant. This is the only Death of X variant that I really wanted, so I was glad that they had it there. Obviously, this is X23. It's a great looking cover. It's a little dark in here, but hopefully you can see it. It's X23 being killed by a bunch of her clones. I don't think she's actually going to die, but I thought that was a cool cover. It looks like it's the artist from the main series of the All New Wolverine, so that's also pretty cool. Good looking book. Then I picked up the regular copy of Amazing Spider-Man 15. Great looking cover. I do like the J. Scott Campbell cover a lot better, but I totally fell asleep on that. I got burned so much in the past with those like store and website variants, exclusive variants, that I just gave up on like pursuing them. I didn't think they'd go anywhere, and then of course this one, it's like a $80-$100 book now, where I think when it was on sale on the site it was like $20-$30. So I wish I was going to San Diego Comic-Con to stop by J. Scott Campbell's booth to see if he has any for like the $20 price point. I don't want to pay $80-$90 on eBay just for a cover. So I was mad about that, but I guess it's you really have to pay attention to what's a good looking cover. Not every J. Scott Campbell cover, takes off. I think we've all seen that. Really, if it's a cover that strikes you, it likely strikes other people, and then that'll be the one that takes off, even if it is just like a store variant. But it's hard to say. It depends on the print run. I'm not sure what the print run is on these. Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on that one. So I got 1 copy, I got 2 copies, I got 3 copies, and I got 4 copies. I pulled a bit of a crazy move there, getting all those. So the main reason why I did that was not only because I feel like this book has some legs, and I really like the idea that this wasn't just like an imaginary. When they first solicited this cover, I thought this was just like a kind of one of those covers that doesn't really happen in the book. They do it all the time, but this actually happens. She puts on the costume and kicks some butt, and at the end she makes it seem like she's never going to do it again. But you know, if it sells well, they'll do it again. I think there's even a second printing coming of this, but we'll see. So it's been sold out everywhere. I got it at the Newberry that I usually go to for New Release Day. I got another one at the New England that I went to for the sale, and then I got one today at Friendly Neighborhood Comics down in Bellingham, Massachusetts. The main reason why I got them all was because I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on the camera, but the first three I got have like this printing defect on them that kind of drives me nuts. You probably see it in the light there going across her head. It's like a small light indentation that runs across, and every copy at Newberry had that. This one also has it. This was like the better of the two that I got in the first Newberry that I went to. And then when I got one at New England, I thought it was better, but it also has that slightly. So I don't know if it was like a all-around printing defect, or if it was just in the greater Boston area that has that defect. It's very light. You can see it better when it's got the light shining on it, but outside of that, it's kind of hard to tell. But it's enough to really aggravate me. So I got 3 copies, and then I saw this one at the store at Friendly Neighborhood today, and it has no sign of a crease in it. So maybe it was just a greater Boston area. Bellingham's a little further out west, so I don't know. You guys tell me. Did that happen at your stores? Because it drove me nuts. So this one will be my keep copy, and the other ones potentially I'll sell at some point. But I needed one that was in great shape to make myself feel better about not only having a good copy of a good book, but missing out on that J. Scott Campbell book. It still pisses me off. I'm still mad about that. I'll forever be mad about that. So there's four copies of that, 5 copies if you include the X23 variant. So that was a little lunacy on my part. After that, we got some back issues from New England for their 55% off sale. The sale wasn't that great. 55% off is awesome. I always go there for the Amazing Spider-Man books. I go right for the Amazing Spider-Man back issues and try to fill up some. They don't have like super keys in their back issue bins. They keep those for the wall, obviously. But I'm just trying to fill in some gaps from like the late 600s, early Michael Straczynski run that I don't want to pay like $4 for, $5 for. So $2-3 is much more reasonable. So I'm not like particularly attached to those. I just want to complete the run. But this sale, I mean, they do a lot of sales. You probably noticed from my videos. They're always like, hey, there's another New England Comics 50% off sale. And maybe the store owner is getting a little annoyed at his company imposing sales on him. So they on the Amazing Spider-Man section on the section tag, they put a sticker saying this title is exempt from the sale. So I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, what am I coming there for? They had that for that store, that series, the Batman series, and Wolverine. I don't know why Wolverine was exempt. Maybe he's got a bunch of Wolverine fans that come in there, but he made a comment saying that he doesn't want people seeing the sale and just coming in and taking all the Amazing Spider-Man and Batman books. But I mean, isn't that part of the draw for a sale, to get people who are otherwise passing by the store to come in because they know that they want something that's going to be on sale? I mean, I don't know. That seems to be what a sale's for. So it was pretty annoying. I think I don't remember seeing any other ones in there that I really needed. I'm sure there's a few, but it was really annoying nonetheless. I mean, if you're gonna have a sale, have a sale. Don't like say, well, these back issues are on sale, but not this like title, because this is a good title. So you can have all the other titles that I don't really care about, but the title I like, you can't have a sale on that one. I don't know if that's gonna be the thing going forward. I'll still check out the sales when they have them, but it was really annoying to say the least. Yeah. So that's that. I haven't gone to another New England to see what the sale looks like at those. We've been driving around a lot lately looking at stores, so I'm pretty sure my wife and my mother-in-law are getting pretty tired of that because I've been dragging them around as well. Don't worry, they drag me around to Marshalls and premium outlet places for hours to shop for clothes. So it's I guess it's a lose-lose win-win situation. So this is one I got from the dollar bin at the New England, which was the dollar bin was now 75 cents for the sale. So this is cool. This is the second print. I guess I don't know what year this came out. Second print of the Alias #1. First Jessica Jones. Don't know what this goes for, but I long ago sold the first print, so and I've been mad about that ever since. So now I wanted to get at least the second print, so that was fun. This one was on sale as well. I think I got it for $3. It was a cover I would always pick up and put back down when Secret Wars was coming out. I didn't want to pay like $10 for it, but $3 is good. I like the MC2 universe, and I really love the throwback to the original Secret Wars cover with the MC2 heroes. So that's kind of fun. I don't know who this character in the middle is. Looks kind of like a Captain Universe character, so I don't know, but it looks like a Spider-Man Captain Universe mix. It's kind of fun. Also from the 75% books, the second issue of Spider-Man Lost Years, another awesome Ben Reilly Clone Saga book. Got some shininess to it as well. Love Ben Reilly. Poor guy will probably never come back now that they have 10 million other Spider-Men hanging around. One can dream. Although, I mean, if he came back, he'd probably be totally different. Probably like a Winter Soldier kind of thing where he's all messed up because, I mean, you can't have 5 million Spider-Men running around, can you? I mean, they already have Miles Morales taking up the second Spider-Man route, and then there's a, Scarlet Spider. Kane is still running around somewhere. And then they have that Web Warriors book. Another Clone Saga book I got was the miniseries, the last issue from the miniseries from, 2009, I think. This was, I think, $2. I just got this because, like I said, I like the Clone Saga. And this was the last issue of that series, so it's probably a lower printed one, so I figured I'd get it while I saw it, rather than trying to complete the series at some point down the road and not being able to find that one. Another 75-cent one was Marvel Adventures #1. This is another one that I've always put on my my comic shop checkout list, but I always take off because I'm getting other stuff. It's just one of those books that I wanted just because it's a #1. I don't really care for these all ages books. They tend to change around the origin a bit and make it a little hokey. I'm not too into that. It's obviously aimed at a different audience, and that's fine. If they can bring in those kids, more power to them. I'd certainly like to see more people buying books, comics, books in general, I guess, right? Comics, definitely a bonus. But yeah, this is #1, so couldn't pass that up for 75 cents. Spider-Man #1. This one I was surprised to see for, I think it was $4 ticketed, so I got it for like 2 something. It was like $4.50 maybe. Annihilation Prologue #1. I think this is the first part of Annihilation. Correct me if I'm wrong, although it might have started in one of the solo character miniseries books like Drax or something. But this is the first main part, I guess. Covers by Gabriel Dell'Otto, who's pretty hot right now. Although, like I said, it depends on the cover. I mean, you get wrapped up in this idea that every cover by a certain artist is going to be hot, like Adam Hughes, J. Scott Campbell. I can't think of the other ones. Well, Eddie Granov, Gabriel Dell'Otto. But really, there's not everyone takes off. And then certainly this isn't a variant, but it's a great cover. It's probably a low printed book. This was before Guardians of the Galaxy, when no one gave a 2 craps about the cosmic universe. Certainly not Marvel. I mean, yeah, they printed this, but it was there were 2 guys that were running the Marvel Cosmic Universe, Abbott and Lanning. So I mean, they were the only 2 that were doing anything with cosmic stuff Anyway, I was surprised to see this was so cheap. I know this series is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts, and I think it was called one of the best Marvel crossovers on like a recent Newsarama top 10 crossover list. So if you haven't read it, read it. It's pretty awesome. I never read the second one, Annihilation Conquest, but this one was pretty great. It's long, but it's awesome. So I was surprised to see that for so cheap. I'd love to see them do this as a fought like a cosmic storyline run in the movies where they have they're doing the lead up to the Infinity Gauntlet. They're doing so many different cosmic characters now. Captain Marvel, it could be cosmic. Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor. They can almost split them up and do like a build up to Annihilation or whatever. But we'll see. I think that'd be cool for if they ever get the Fantastic Four back. They can do that, so they can use Annihilus. Let's see. This is another one I got that I was surprised was cheap. This was $2 after the sale. Love the cover. Second issue of the first Carol Danvers Captain Marvel series, who's getting another reboot. It's been like 5 reboots in 5 years, man. Marvel, they really want this character to work, and I think she's cool. I think there's something off about her. I think they're just missing something to make her take off. Something in the portrayal, and I'm not sure Civil War 2 is going to do it. I think Civil War 2 is going to actually make her seem less likable, if anything. It seemed like kind of a jerk. Kind of like, almost like what they did with Tony in Civil War 1, where he just turned into a villain. We'll see. We'll see how Civil War 2 plays out. But right now, I'm thinking like, I'm siding more with Tony. I'm like, come on, Carol, really? But nonetheless, this cover is freaking awesome. Ed McGuinness, fantastic artist. This is a throwback to cover swipe from that classic picture of from World War II. But it's a great looking cover. I freaking love it, and I was glad to find it for like $2 after the sale. I mean, that was a pretty good win. I'm sure that one will take off a little bit at least once the movie gets announced and cast and all that. This one I also got. I keep bringing this up. I have a ton of faith in the Jane Foster Thor. I really want to see them do this in the movies. The art, oh man, the art is incredible. The story's been awesome. It's the 3rd printing of the first issue. I want to get the 4th printing, just because it's the last printing. It's not a very flashy printing at all. It's just different color scheme on the bottom and the number, but it's still cool. This was about $2 as well. Then that was it for the sale books from New England. After that, I went on a hunt for that RiRi Williams news hit the airwaves, and it was a bit of a pain in the ass for me because I missed out on some of those books. I did have Invincible Iron Man number 7. This was the book I already had. It's not one I picked up recently, but I got this when it came out. What was it, 2-3 months ago? The only reason I got this was because of the Mary Jane on the cover, even though it's not the best Mary Jane art. And frankly, I'm surprised, other than being the first cameo of RiRi Williams, I'm surprised this one is going for more than the regular cover. Well, it is a variant, but I don't know, the art on it's not fantastic. I mean, Mary Jane has looked better, but it's not bad, and it is a variant, so we'll see if that has any longevity. I also already had number 7, the regular cover. I got this a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I only got this a couple of weeks ago because I passed it up when the first issue came out, when the original release came out. I went for that Women of Power one instead. I passed this one up because I don't really like Mike Deodato's cover that much. I'm not too... sometimes he's good in interiors, sometimes he's not, but I wasn't too crazy about this cover. I got this a few weeks ago because they had posted some article on Bleeding Cool saying that if you... I forget what it was. There was some deal that Marvel was doing with retailers where if they ordered issues of this 7, they would get extra issues of Civil War II #3, the one where someone's supposed to die, something like that. They were tied together in some fashion, so they proposed a theory that this issue has something to do with the death in that book. So I picked this up just in case, because I knew the Newberry I usually go to still had this sitting around, and if nothing else, it had the Mary Jane joining Tony Stark, or getting hired. So I thought that was fun. But the news that hit with RiRi Williams being the new Iron Woman, even though the series is still called Iron Man. Her cameo being here, or first full appearance, however you want to take it. That was just a win. I was really surprised that I had that. So it's always, I'm sure you guys have run into this before. It's really fun when the news hits for something and something takes off, and then you find out you already have it in your back issue bin. So that was kind of cool. I'm not going to sell it. I'll hold on to it for a little while and see what happens. But cool nonetheless. I did not have #9 though, and I did not have #7, the second print, which I wanted. So I did go out and hunt around comic shops in the Boston area to look for stuff. I did find another copy of #7 at the same store that I got that first copy weeks ago. They still had one sitting there, so I grabbed that. The only problem with this one is it has a bend on the top in the middle over here, which is not as bad as it was when I first got it. I've been doing some really hacky pressing of putting this at the bottom of a lot of hardcovers and piling them on top, and hoping that it flattens it out, because this will be one that I sell. But yeah, I couldn't just leave it there. Even though it had this damage on it, I wanted to at least see if I can make something off of it. It's always fun hunting for books that are getting hot. We'll see. Maybe I'll hold on to it, but I couldn't pass it up. I'm sure I told you guys the story of how I passed up the second print of Captain Marvel 17 because it was a little damaged, and I wanted the first print. I mean, this was like back in 2011, 12 maybe, whenever it came out. But I'll never forget that. I'll never forgive myself for that. Then I also found at the same store a copy of #9, the first full appearance of RiRi, the Apocalypse variant. This one also had some damage on it though, up at the top over there. But I'm also trying the hacky flattening style or pressing with this one to see if it helps out. It's helped a little bit. We'll see. This will be another one that's in my will sell column of my my books in case things go up. Luckily they had 2 copies of that cover price, and this one was in really nice shape. It does have a bit of a bend on the edge over there, but other than that, it's in better condition. So this one's for my collection. They didn't have the regular cover of #9, which I really wanted because it's the first cover appearance of RiRi, and I think that was the one I wanted the most. The next day I went to the Harvard Newberry, and they had that one there, so I was glad to finally get that one. The only one I'm missing now, this is in pretty nice shape as well. The only one I'm missing now is the second print of #7, which I can live without that. I mean, I'd like to get it, but I'm not gonna cry about it. I think I made out pretty well for a book that was getting pretty hot there. Invincible Iron Man #6 is one that I got as well. I only picked this up because I could have sworn when this came out there was some inkling Marvel or Bendis was saying that this has some like ties into Civil War and whatnot, but I thought maybe there would be like some small cameo of RiRi in here that everyone missed, but it was cover price, so I figured why not. There's no appearance of her in here. It's 7 and 9 are the ones you want, but it's still a cool book, so that was fun. Then I also got a second print of #6 of Amazing Spider-Man, just for the hell of it, so it was still cover price, so why not? Got this off of another store in Harvard Million Year Picnic. This was cover price. It was the first issue of all new Ghost Rider, first appearance of Robbie Reyes, I think. There's a rumor that he's going to be a Ghost Rider, or he's going to be in the Shield show in season, what are they up to, 4 now? You know, TV stuff doesn't really take off as much as movie stuff, but if you can find this cheap cover price, why not? It's not a huge investment. Not a fan of the car Ghost Rider thing, but the art is pretty awesome. So, and it's first appearance. Why not? Maybe they'll put him on a bike. I also got Amazing Spider-Man number 7. The Frank, what's his name here? Frank Cho variant, not Frank Cho, Michael Cho, something Cho. Great looking cover. This was $4.99, so no big loss there. Not bad. I also got Amazing Spider-Man 5. This was from the 25% off sale at Rubber Chicken today. This is one of the books I was missing in my Spider-Man run. So we're getting there. This was cover price plus the 25% off, so that was fun. Also, they had the last book in the 200s that I was missing, number 207. This one's got a little beat up. It's probably fine minus. It's got some dings on it, but overall pretty nice. It was $5 and then 25% off that. So now I have 198 to 305 without any breaks in the Amazing Spider-Man run. So closing up gaps, getting there. Then the next problem is upgrading stuff. Rubber Chicken also had 1 copy left of the Vision cover price, so that was a really good find. First appearance of this Vivi character, who's going to be in the Champions book coming out. Not sure how I feel about her, but for cover price, I'll check it out. They also had the Spider-Man Deadpool number 2, 5th printing. I didn't know they went to 5th printing with this issue. I like the different cover there, even though it's a interior picture, but it's always fun seeing Miles Morales and Spider-Man together. And the last one I got was from Friendly Neighborhood Comics. They had this for cover price. Convergence Superman number 2. This is the first appearance of John Kent as a baby, the son of Superman and Lois Lane. This book it was a little hot for a while. I think it was like a $10 book a month or two back. It's gone down to like $6, but I think it's still a good one to hold on to. And you get some more Bruce Wayne or Thomas Wayne Batman, so I think that was a really fun storyline, and it's a cool book to have. Anyway, that's about all I got, guys. Oh, I do have one more, actually. It's not anything special, but just Amazing Spider-Man 622. It's another 25% off book. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll have another haul probably next week, and yeah, take care.